you have no chance. If you had a chance, you need to run lickety split. But you can't run because you're the baddest. Well, Ric Flair, you know what? I'm not a normal-looking athlete myself. You know what I'm talking about? I've been in the gyms a lot. It's a privilege and an honor to walk out with Ole Anderson, Lex Luger, and the Army tomorrow night.
I am not a happy camper. What is Bully Ray's motivation? No, I know he loves sugar. But I checked my pocket. I don't have no donuts. I don't have no cheeseburger. I know you love sugar, but I ain't got none.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here in Nashville, Tennessee, pal. I'm the man.
Look at a match for the total package, Lex Luger and Super Brawl. Super Saturday? What is it? I don't know what it's called. What is it called?
Super Brawl Saturday.
Super Brawl Saturday?
You don't lose faith in winners. And Ric Flair, day in and day out, every day of his life, just keep winning and winning and winning.
Ric Flair! New York City, Ric Flair! You're gonna find out what hard is all about! I do exactly what I want to do. You say I'm insane. I say thank you very much.
Make a good lucha.
I hate God! Hit the deck! Yes! We love you, Scott Steiner!
Today, I've got the star and profile like never before.
You guys talk about being students of the game. I am the game, JR.
Wednesday night, Dirt Sheet Dudes are back, and it is good to be back. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Yeah, we took off last week for Thanksgiving. What the hell? Something we're allowed to do, I guess. You know, what the hell? I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving, and happy Hanukkah to all of you who are part of the tribe out there. It started on Sunday at sundown, so really Monday, whatever you want to do. Anyway. What is going on, everybody? I am Boxman. We have got, of course, it is Mr. Smarkety Smark over here. Sir, what's up? Roof?
What's going on?
There we go. Was that the dog barking I heard? Maybe. No? Okay. And, of course, we got Eric.
She's quite upset about something, and I don't know.
Ah, there. Okay, it was. All right. I'm glad I'm not hearing things. Eric, you're there. What's going on, man?
Not much. How about you guys?
Oh,
Good to be back.
I'm still regretting going back to work. But anyway, it was a good week though. It wasn't bad. Had a nice little pretty relaxing actually. Like I said, it was good to have 4 days off. I don't know how. Eric, you were off too, right, Eric?
We had some show. We had like 2 shows on.
Oh, all right. You were, off of work and everything.
I worked on Friday. I was off the weekend.
Oh, all right. Well, that's not bad. That's not bad. I was lucky. I had Thursday, Friday, and the weekend. So, thank God.
I work in retail, so.
Yeah. And it's funny. My wife's brother works for Target Distribution Center. And
oh, wow, okay.
Well, he was all pissed off because they made them work on fucking Thursday. The distribution center did not have off. Just the retail stores did. He was pissed. He was pissed. So don't believe everything you read about Target, I guess. They didn't mention that
So
part.
what does he do? He just works in the factory?
Yeah,
What?
he loads and unloads trucks.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. He does basically what
He's
I do.
probably getting ready for Friday, that's why.
Yeah, they had them work Thursday. Not all day, but they did have him go in and work a little bit. So he was a little pissed at that. But anyway, I guess what we can do, guys, is we can knock the plugs out. Then we can go ahead and get into some wrestling. We did miss, obviously, some things that happened last week. We'll get into a couple of them. I'm not even going to bother with Survivor Series. I'm not going to fucking sit here and talk about Cleopatra's egg for fucking 30, 40 minutes. I'm just not. It should be embarrassing to even talk about to most people. So, we just fired a bunch of people. Look at this $100 million egg. Yeah. Anyway, all right. Let's go ahead and get these plugs knocked out. Give me one sec, guys. Let me get everything loaded up here. And Eric, kick us off. Go ahead, man.
Listen to Everything Unscripted podcast and the Unscripted Wrestling Show on every Friday night. This Friday we'll be doing Tuesday in Texas, and we'll be reviewing that. I think it's the 30th anniversary this week or something. Doug said that's why we're doing it. And then Saturday we'll be doing Unscripted Unlimited. We'll be doing Settle in the Ring cartoon edition. And then Sunday will be Scaredy Cats with Mindy and Daniel.
All right. A stacked week of shows over there for you guys. Always. Man, you guys work too goddamn much. Anyway, that's going to bring me into the high marks. That's right. I want you guys checking them out, too. I want you guys checking out Cheeseman, Mojo, and GWizWare. Mixer.com/Metal Mitt Network. That's right. There's 2 T's in Mitt. Don't forget the second T. Sundays, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Mixler.com/Metal Mitt Network. And they're on YouTube under the same name also. And, of course, you got Bobby Anthem, Bobby Blades, the Inhumans. They're on the Inhuman Experience. And you want to be checking them out. I'm pretty sure they just put out a Old Guy Metalcast in the last couple of weeks. So you can go ahead and check that out over there. And, of course, we got Steve Milani sharing the show. It is greatly appreciated, sir. Go check him out reviewing movies. Letterboxd, boxd.com/Stephen Milan. There's 2 L's over there in that last name, Milan. And I will be back this Saturday with Hollywood Hangout. Got an idea what to do. I'm going to talk to Smark, see if he wants to jump on with me and do this bad boy. And there you go. Mixer.com/Hollywood-Hangout. And I'll be back over there Saturday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Smart.
Yes, sir. Mondays, 8:30 p.m. on the Metal Mid Podcast Network. On the Mixler Machine is Cheese on Sport. Cheese Man, G-Wiz, Luke Birch, and myself. Sundays, 2:30 p.m. The Modirk City Machine Guns with Mojo and with Dirk. And last but never least, be sure to check out our friends at Planet Raconteur. It's the Planet Raconteur podcast with Bobby Anthony, Papa Dave, Sincere, and Yuck Nasty. All 16 episodes of Season 1 are available, and Season 2 is ongoing, so be sure to subscribe.
Oh, yeah. All right. Plugs knocked out just in time. We've got a few seconds left on the song anyway, so there we go. We'll drop that down, which means we can get into the wrestling. So with so much happening last week that we missed, like I said, we're not going to talk about some things. But I think one thing we probably do need to talk about is the Seth Rollins attack. And I think we need to talk about it because there's a few levels wrong with what happened to Seth Rollins. I'm sure you guys have all seen it by now. Seth Rollins was walking back up the ramp, and a dude just came out of nowhere and full speed trucking at this guy. I mean, I'm surprised you didn't hear a fucking train horn. It looked like goddamn Braun out there. Attacks Seth Rollins, just fucking like spears him.
Got his Bobby Boucher on. Just clean fucking hit.
There you go. The old Bobby Boucher. He did, man. He tackled the shit out of him. You can say Seth that he was getting the best of Seth. I don't think Seth knew what the fuck was going on. I got to be honest here. He really did not know what the fuck was going on. Seth got him off, and I think had the security guards not jumped in, I think Seth would have been just fine either way. But what did you guys think of that whole thing real quick? And then we'll get into, what are the real problems with what the fuck is going on with fans, number one, but we'll get into more as we go. What did you guys think of that whole thing with Rollins being attacked out there on Raw?
I thought it was crazy. I thought, I don't know if the fan was like dared to do that or was he drunk? Where did he come from? Like,
we have some reasons behind that, which we'll get into as we flow through this little thing here. But there was a reason. He did have I'm not going to say it was a legit reason, but he did have some sort of reasoning behind what he did. And like I said, we'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, crazy, man. It was. Smart?
I was just impressed by how clean it was, because normally you don't see that happening. He just clear on fucking took him down. And I mean, like you said, he probably would have fared just fine on his own. But like, that's the thing, is they're just not conditioned to attack fans anymore. They're not allowed to, unfortunately. Like, I feel like if you jump in there, if you put your hands on them or you run towards them, you fucking jump past a barricade, you're somewhere you're not supposed to be. What happens to you happens to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like to harken back to those days. We've all seen it fucking dozens of times at this point. The old videos of like Randy Savage just booting motherfuckers in the head. It was like, those were awesome. I always loved watching those old WCW like fan fight videos.
Yeah, I do too, man. I'd love to even all those. Think about the time when Raven got pulled out of the ring by that one guy. Obviously, I would say one of the main problems is this was Barclays Center again, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bret Hart is going, I fucking told you so again. If you remember, this was the same building Bret Hart was attacked in, and it wasn't me.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I swear, I have no reason to go to fucking.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because the Hall of Fame. It was like he was doing the Hall of Fame speech, right?
Yes, he was. The guy ended up taking down Bret, almost took down Natty. But I mean, first of all, what's up with the Barclays Center? Where's their security at? The fuck? They've gotten two WWE superstars in Barclays Center. Obviously, two different people, but man, what the?
Brooklyn.
I'd be like, yo, Barclays, y'all got to really step up your security a little bit. People shouldn't be getting. That guy came from like backstage around the corner.
Yeah.
He didn't jump a barricade, which is another reason I think Seth Rollins was just fucking completely. I mean, what other word can blindsided?
I'm surprised nobody has done that in an NBA game yet. There's no security.
Shit, those guys are too goddamn tall. You get your ass kicked. Not.
Oh, they're allowed to hit fans. You saw that fucking Auburn Hills fight.
Yeah, exactly. They can, they'll take a fan out. I mean, like Smark was saying, a lot of those old ones, man, those guys would just fucking. I mean, the one with Macho, the one with Earl Hebner started beating up some dude with when I believe it was when Stone Cold and Triple H were in the ring. Triple H took him down when he went after Stone Cold. Triple H ended up breaking character, taking the guy down, and then I think Hebner jumped in and started punching him in the face too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
there was the one with the ladder match between RVD and Rob Van Dam where a fan got involved in that one.
I know. Was that the same Eddie Guerrero spot where he pushed Guerrero off the ladder?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's similar.
Okay, yeah, that I remember. I mean, we can think of so many of these, and it's like, all right, back in the day, maybe you can chalk it up, but man, these are different times. These are a lot. Let's face it, they're kind of scarier times right now. And we still got people jumping fucking barricades, going after. I mean, I'm with you, man. You jump that barricade, you go anywhere you're like you said, not supposed to be. You're fair fucking game. You're fair game. They fucking punch you, they hit you, they take you out. That's not their problem.
Yep.
Problem today is, you think any of these wrestlers want a fucking lawsuit?
No, that's it. Yeah, they're afraid of the ramifications behind it.
I'm still surprised that that dude that took out Brett and got punched in the face by I think he was Dash something at that time. When he punched him in the face, I was surprised that guy didn't sue him, or at least try. But
can you imagine if they tied down a UFC fighter and they went to the octagon?
Yeah, that wouldn't work well. That would not work very well.
They would put them in a rear naked choke.
Yeah, hold on.
I think it's just it's been like this a lot ever since like they've started doing like live events and sporting events and whatever after the pandemic. There's just been a lot of people that don't know how to act anymore.
Pent up anger, man.
Because like there was that shit at the Tour de France. There was that the Astrofest concert that turned out to be a real fucking debacle.
Oh yeah.
There was all kinds of things that have been going on the last like couple of months or so.
Yeah, what a tragedy at that Travis Scott concert, man. My God. And they keep showing these young kids that died there, and it's like just turns my stomach, man. It really does. I'm not gonna. It really seriously turns my stomach. And what happened in I can't pronounce the town in Wisconsin turns my stomach too, man. It's everybody's acting fucking.
Was it Kenosha?
No, not Kenosha. Waukesha, or I think it might be.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, with a car drove through, injured a bunch. I think the death toll was up to 6.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got nothing to do with wrestling, but it's just, I mean, things are getting fucking out of hand right now, man. But with, just the fact that Barclays Center doesn't seem to be able to keep WWE wrestlers safe. It just doesn't seem that way to me. Call me crazy. It just doesn't seem like they're very good at keeping the wrestlers safe. But like I said, we do have a few little things on why this guy did it. Now, according to him, and I'm saying that 100% purposely, according to him, he was catfished by a fake Seth Rollins account. Now, I'm trying here, people. I'm trying. Now, if he knew it seems like at the end he knew it was a fake account. Okay, it definitely does. And we're going to go through a little bit of this as it goes. So apparently, this guy pulled a bunch of screenshots from Twitter posts, and I think some other social media maybe. But the fake account supposedly was getting money from this guy for this, for that, and somehow sending him, not somehow, I mean, you can buy these online or at stores, like WWE cards, like gift cards and shit. So eventually it went bad, and there's all kinds of screenshots, and I'm not going to go through a lot of them, but basically some of them get a little rude, to say the least. But basically this guy is saying that he is paying back Seth Rollins for a fake account. Why? How would he have anything to do with a fake account?
Exactly.
What delusions are these people under, man? But I guess that's what happened. I mean, there was checks. One of the checks that this guy sent him bounced, which, I mean, I think right then and there. I mean, first of all, I just wouldn't communicate on Twitter anyway. I mean, did the account have a blue check mark? I don't know. I don't know what was going on with all this. But let's just put it this way. No matter what happened, doesn't give you the right to go after anyone. I don't care if it's a live event. I don't care if it's on live TV. You shouldn't go after the people like that. That is fucking ridiculous.
Exactly.
I don't care what the guy did. And it wasn't even Rollins. It was a fake fucking account. You really think Seth Rollins would put his fucking career, his reputation, anything else on the line for you? For no one like you? This guy thinks that, yeah, he's going to put everything on the line to scam you out of a little bit of money. Ha ha ha. That's awful, dude. That's just, I don't know, man. I just don't know where anyone's head is at. But you guys go ahead on this a little bit. I just kind of gave you a little bit there.
Do you know how old the kid was? I mean, I don't know if it's a kid, but the guy was.
I don't even know. Let me look real quick. Let me go back to that article. I accidentally closed that. Let me go back to that article and see if it was. I know his name was, I think it was Elias Spencer. But I don't think there was an age attached to that. He didn't look like a very old guy. He looked like he was, I would say, 24-year-old. He was 24.
Of course.
Old enough to know better. Still too young to care.
Yeah. My question is, how did he get to where he was and then run without people noticing he was not a work employee?
I think because he didn't jump that barricade, because he came from around the side stage. I'm not sure what you would really call that, in a side ramp, side stage. He came there. So Seth was probably like, "Is this a new guy? What's going on here? Who's running at me?"
Yeah.
I mean, they're hiring and firing people. You never know. You never know. So, but
well, they changed the script 8 fucking times a day during the show, so it's like you never know if they just scheduled a run in that you didn't know about.
Vince just threw that in. He was bored. Okay. Go ahead.
I almost thought maybe this was a work.
I mean, you could think that for like the first few seconds, but then when you saw security, when you saw security run out there, and they were still being a little gentle with the guy, but I don't know, man. Like I said, I really think Seth was just completely blindsided.
Thrown off by it.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on, and you know what, man. Now, like I said, nowadays, if he does go off and start punching that guy, say he, and lands in the hospital, someone's getting fucking sued, man. And of course, you're going to go after the guy with tons of money, Seth Rollins in WWE, who also has tons of money. So,
yep.
I don't know, but I guess this guy has been planning this attack for years, so maybe he knew what seats to get into. I don't know.
Maybe he knew somebody in the Barclays Center.
Maybe.
A friend or something.
I don't know. Maybe, but it was crazy to watch. And man, it got it was all over the fucking social media, like seconds after it happened.
Because everybody in that front row got a videotape.
Yeah, someone even got a video of Seth Rollins' suit stylist was almost went after the guy. So everybody was going after this guy that night. And I mean, I would think that they've been charged by now. I really don't know. I haven't looked. I haven't dug back into this. It's been a ridiculous week for me. I didn't really even get to watch AEW tonight. My son had a wrestling tournament tonight, and I didn't get back until about 8-ish, but I still had shit to do when I got home, so I watched as much as I could, but it's just been a ridiculous week, so I haven't really gone back and seen any more of this, but I'm going to assume the guy's been charged with at least assault. Minimum.
Yeah, I would think so.
Minimum. So, let me see. I might be able to dig in that. Let me see what's going on here. He gave the motive. We saw that. He did apologize. The guy did apologize to WWE. You know what? I got a little quote from him here. For some reason, someone decided to give this guy, like, an interview. It was the Daily News, Kerry Burke, John Anise, and Larry McShane. Larry, you should be McShamed of yourself. And the other two also. He said, "My plan was to help Finn Balor. I'm a fan. I like his aura, his attitude. I like everything about his charisma. I like everything about him. I jumped from where I was sitting at. I ran and speared Seth Rollins. I busted his lip open." I don't think he did. He was already busted open. And he caught me in a headlock. I broke the headlock and was trying to get him. Then the referees and security guards broke us apart. That's about it. But here's what it was. He said he was asking me to send him gift cards in exchange money, mostly $500 or more, to see if I was loyal. Red flag number one. He asked me to be a wrestling blogger for him. I wanted to work my way up, he said. Red flag number two. He also says that he bought this person a up to $3,000 in gift cards, and when the check came back, it bounced. So
that sounds like one of the scams.
Yeah, it sounds like could have. I mean, Jesus Christ, has this guy been sending Nigerian fucking princes money too? I mean, this guy seems like he could fall for everything. Listen, I've got a bridge in Texas I can sell you. It's a suspension bridge. It's even better. He did say, though, I apologize to the WWE for my actions. I had a legitimate beef. I don't believe that. If he believes that, we've got a problem. But as a grown-ass man, I could have settled it in a different way. If I saw him today, I wouldn't attack him. I've moved on. Well, yeah, you've got your 15 minutes of fame, so why not move on?
I'm assuming he got banned from all WWE events from here on out.
I would assume he's probably right there beside Scott Steiner. Little picture. Hey, we did get to hear some Scott Steiner math tonight from Taz.
Hell yeah.
You'll probably see him in an AEW event.
And Leo Rush tried to, but he's just not that witty. But anyway, that was probably one of the craziest things that had happened last week that I felt we needed to get into it. Again, there's just so many problems. You've got the fact that Barclays can't seem to protect these guys. Like I said, twice now. You've got the fact that shit's just getting really crazy out there. People are doing this more. I remember even 2 years ago, we were talking about stuff like this, fans jumping in and all that stuff. I just don't get it. I just don't. I mean, I get it. Listen, a drunk guy streaking at a baseball game, I get it. I get that more than I get jumping the fucking rail and going after someone. But, I mean, listen, if a drunk guy jumped the rail and streaked, I'd laugh. Idiot, absolutely. Funny, though. But attacking someone, obviously never funny. I'm not a person that promotes violence. I don't think any of us here are. We watch simulated violence, gentlemen.
I just say I have to remain silent for a reason.
Simulated. And UFC, which is which we could just call mutual combat. See? Not violence. Not violence, gentlemen. There we go. See how we worked that out?
Depending on who's fighting, sometimes there's very little, if any, violence.
Exactly. But still, well, even when they're on the ground, man, they're doing shit that really fucking hurts. I mean,
it is true.
It is true. I mean, they're stretching shit out. They're trying to get this hold and that hold. It's still pretty fucking brutal when they're on the ground. But I know it's not interesting. I know it's not. But I don't know. I really don't have any more on that. It's just very troubling that we're seeing this. I mean, they've only been live for a short time, and we've seen this more than once already, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Imagine how wild it has to be if you were the guy that was scamming him. And all of a sudden you see the motherfucker run onto the stage and attack Seth Rollins because of shit that you did.
Oh, there's someone out there right now laughing their ass off.
Oh, for sure. That's like elite level trolling right there. You got this motherfucker to send you money, start up a blog, tout your praises, and then also fucking attack you because he thinks that you're Seth Rollins.
Yeah, and by the way, this doesn't have to be this could have been a woman. This could have been, and by the way, no matter if they're man, woman, whatever they want to be, they're an evil person to do what they did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got to tell you, if this guy was willing to do something like this, it could have been worse, man.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, Jesus Christ, the cops could have shot him in the head if you know what I'm talking about.
Hmm.
Yeah, this was like outside. Imagine if he did this outside.
I don't really like talking shit about that dude. He did leave me a very, very, what is it, Montalvo, I forget his first name. He did leave me a very nice birthday message once. A video.
Oh, yeah. It's like Alejandro Montalvo.
There you go. Left me a...
I'm a fan of this man's work. He puts on quite great performances. A hell of a promo, that kid.
His page kind of disappeared from my feed, but that's probably just shit happens like that. You know.
Make sure I got his name right. He deserves some reverence.
But he did give me a very nice birthday video 2 years ago. 2 years ago. I felt like I had made it. I swear to God, he did. I played it on the show.
Oh, no, I believe you. I'm just laughing because I typed in on DuckDuckGo here. I typed in shit piss milk guy.
Yes.
And it said not many results contain milk. It's like, it's milk that's not coming up here.
Well, that was a name dubbed to him mostly by Wrestling Soup. So it just kind of worked its way into the internet, and that's just kind of what he became known as.
Actually, I think it's Armando Alejandro Montalvo. Right. Let me try that.
Man, now I'm wanting to dig back on my Facebook and play that video.
It sure is. There we go. Ding, ding, ding. I know the name of the psychopath.
There
Armando Alejandro Montalvo. Cheers to him. Good luck on Ghostbusters 3, my friend.
If I remember to, I'll dig that video up and post it on Wrestling Umbrella.
I still think you guys should have had him on there.
Okay. All right. He's finally back at school. Okay, babe. All right. Almost 10 o'clock, and my kid is just getting back from his wrestling tournament.
Like, imagine how great that would have been if you had him on the show. Like, you just interviewed him like he was like just full on. Just all right. So, what made you get into wrestling? And then you just have a full on interview with this man.
I really considered it when he left me the birthday map. I'm like, dude, I really, but wasn't a good time.
I mean, you have a family, I understand, so it's a little bit more of a risk. But
well,
I would have been willing to entertain the psycho.
Well, as we also know, I have plenty of weapons. He ain't coming after me.
I need to get in touch with him and see if he wants to do a spin-off show.
We call it Dirt Shot Dudes. What do you think of that one, buddy?
Dirt Shot Dudes.
That's all I could come up with. That's all I could do off the top of my head.
We're going to review Impact together. It'll be real fun.
Jesus. Two things that should be dead.
Wow.
I haven't drank in a week, guys, so I'm gonna give me a break here. Shit, the brain is actually working for once. But yeah, poor fucking guy. Anyway, let's just move on from that whole thing. And wow, I'm not even sure what to transition to after that. Dirt Shot Dudes, I kind of like that. I should start a gun show called Dirt Shot Dude.
Start a Twitter.
I'll tell you what, man. Some of those gun videos online have ridiculous amounts of views. And I'm not talking about like the crazy gun. I'm talking like how to clean a, Glock 19 or how to clean a Ruger 9mm. Those videos have like millions of views. Just some guy.
And when you say how to clean, are we talking like fingerprints or are we talking like the stuff?
No. Yeah, but please, you fucking wipe that shit up with your shirt and throw it in a fucking river. That's how you get rid of fingerprints.
How to remove wipe stains from your floor.
Burn the house down. Because you're not going to get rid of them anymore. Not with luminol, man. They luminol that shit. You're fucked.
So being that we both live in the South, with me specifically, like anytime I hear gunshots, I just say divorce out loud. It's an on-running gag that I do for me and me alone, but it pops me.
I couldn't do that out here. We hear gunshots all the time.
Here too.
Well, I'm because are you not in like city?
Nah, not really. It's there's like houses nearby, but it's primarily rural.
Yeah, I'm way out of city. So, when we tell people where we live, they're like, oh, that's not far. And then they're like, we show them and they're like, wow, that's really far. I mean, we live like there is no other road past me. The lake is the next road past me is the lake. Okay, I mean that's it. So we live as far out as you can go. So I don't know, man. Pretty cool being across from the lake.
Yeah, there's a lake not too far from here too. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm right by Lake Levon. Nice little lake. So, all right, we got a few more things. I say we just jump into something else from there. Let's see. Smark, you got a few here. You can pick one of those.
I do have a couple here. Yes, I do. Let's see. I'll go ahead. This one's not really super interesting, so we'll start off with that first. But I thought it was kind of interesting. I sent you from Mission Pro Wrestling. I don't know if you know about Mission Pro Wrestling, but it's kind of a small independent wrestling scene promotion matter. I believe it's ran by Thunder Rosa or Thunder Rosa and Associates. But they announced that for the December 11th show, she's going to be teaming with her son Anakin Rosa against JP Harlow and Mighty Mariah, I believe that's how you pronounce that name, mixed tag team. So that's kind of cool. I don't think we've ever really heard of a mother and son tag team before, so that's kind of neat. Outside of Buff and Judy Bag.
Of course. And I have heard of Mission Pro because it's a Texas promotion.
It sure is.
It is. It's in Buda, Texas.
There you go.
A little far from me, about 3.5 hours. I'm not going to do that. But it is. I'm like every every promotion pretty much that she deals with independently is pretty much a Texas promotion. She does stuff in here, San Antonio, all over the place. So she's kind of she's very popular around Texas. I mean, she even does shows about now it's about an hour from me. But, I mean, that's my drive to work, so that's not bad. But she does shows like right in little local. There's a cantina that has concerts, wrestling, all kinds of stuff. She's there all the time.
Yeah, a lot of the Mexican wrestlers are, do a lot of shows in Texas or had been doing a lot of shows in Texas because it's just, the geography of the situation makes it convenient that way. So there's a lot of them. I've seen a lot of Texas promotions that were using like before AEW, using like Lucha Brothers, using a lot of like Triple H talent, things like that. So it stands to reason. Yeah,
and I mean, there's a lot of talent. I mean, when we spoke to Lance Archer, he, told us all kinds of things. He's a Texas boy too. So a lot of them out there, man. But yeah, pretty cool. Another all-female. All-female wrestling thing. And this is Central Texas. She does the Central South Texas stuff. So pretty cool, man. That is pretty damn cool.
And what's actually kind of interesting in another regard to that is actually not the last part, but that's actually his shoot name. His actual first name is Anakin.
Really?
Yes. Because she had him right around the time that those Star Wars prequels were coming out. So that was like the big hotness at that point in time.
There you go. Everybody.
Which is surprising, really, because I guess he's 16 at this point, and she's 35, so she had him pretty young. So it's kind of cool to see, like I said before, her still being in her prime and being able to wrestle with him, her son. It's kind of neat.
That's really cool, actually. I definitely had him young. Wow. Amazing. So. All right, that is pretty damn cool, though. And when is that again? When is that event?
December 11th. This one's actually going to be running in San Antonio.
That is San Antonio. That's even further. Wouldn't mind going, though. I've actually heard really cool things about San Antonio. It's supposed to be a pretty cool little town to run around.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind going down there. So, all right. And I guess kind of on a completely different note than that, Smark, there was one other thing that happened. I can't remember when. I think it was Wednesday or maybe Thursday. No, Wednesday or Friday. Scott Garland, better known to most of us as Scotty Too Hotty, has asked for his release from WWE, which would be NXT. Now, obviously, he was, part of Too Cool back in the day. and he's been working for the Performance Center since 2016. And he said this. Now, what he said is kind of telling of what I think some of the old school guys might think of what's going on with the new NXT 2.0. But let's read what Scotty said here. He said, this was on Instagram. He said, "Today I have asked for my release from World Wrestling Entertainment. 30 years ago, I stepped into a WWE ring for the very first time. I have lived my dream 100 times over. Some of my most special memories will always be from the last 5 years working with NXT. The black and gold brand was something special. We'll go back. And I am proud to have been a part of that. I always promised myself that I would never be a part of something solely for the paycheck, and that was where I was at. I told myself that I would walk away if I ever got to that point, so that is what I have chosen to do." He continued, "Coaching and producing the stars of NXT will always be the highlight of my life. I love you all more than you will ever know." All right. Did you guys catch anything I caught in that?
Perhaps. Well, let's see what it was that you caught.
Well, he specifically said, let's just start with the first little, on the second paragraph here. The black and gold brand was something special.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yep.
I think that was a telling little statement. I'm not sure if he knew when he was putting that it was going to sound like a shot, but
At the current one.
I'm also pretty confident that Scotty is not a stupid man also. So I do believe he knew what he was doing when he put that. Now, he also,
Yep.
after he said the black and gold brand was something special, he also said, "I am proud to have been a small part of that." That's kind of saying you're not too proud to be part of what's going on now, especially with what you said in the first part of the sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Just kind of thinking he's not really appreciating what's going on right now or really feeling what's going on. Now, he's obviously saying that he feels like he's doing it for a paycheck and feels that, he's not going to be useful to the company if he's just phoning it in. So I do respect what he's doing, but that first sentence, and even saying that, I felt like I was there just for the paycheck. How long has he felt that way?
That's a good question.
Was it since this little change happened? Has he been feeling this way since before? That's what I'd like to know.
After the pandemic? Or the pandemic?
Again.
I mean, you said he was a trainer, yeah?
Training, coaching, producing.
And I mean, if you're a trainer and they're bringing in these people who, they seem like they're specifically trying to get away from people who have wrestling backgrounds.
Yeah.
They're bringing in people who aren't portrayed wrestlers, and it just, I got to imagine it's got to be frustrating when it's your job to make these people competent wrestlers and they have absolutely nothing to draw from.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. They do. They have nothing to. You're right. Nothing to draw from. Basically, exactly. And I don't know, man. I mean, I feel bad for the guy in a way because he seems like he was really enjoying what he was doing before the change. And again, I'm speculating that that's what he was feeling, obviously, but that's what he makes it sound like to me.
Yeah.
Really does. He makes it sound like I was really enjoying what was going on with those guys in the black and gold brand, which obviously we know was, the really great. And it seems like now he's just like, look, if I'm there for a paycheck, no reason to be there. I'm going to be useless at this point anyway. So, I don't want to phone it in.
Unhappy.
Yeah. So probably better to leave than sit there and piss moan and go out and do a U-shoot video one day.
Exactly.
So, anyway, all right. But, anyway, good luck to Scotty 2 Hotty. Now, I believe he is also I think he's a trained fireman.
He certainly is, yeah.
So, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Because most firemen are also paramedics, so.
Yeah, he's got a lot of options.
Yeah, I think he'll be just fine out there. I mean, he obviously had a passion to do that, too. Or he wouldn't have, done what it takes to do that.
Mhm.
So, obviously he's got another passion besides wrestling out there, which I have no problem with, obviously. All right.
So that's kind of symbolic in its own right, though.
Yeah.
Like he has for a living at a time run into burning buildings, and he doesn't want to put up with your product anymore.
Wow. I didn't even think about it like that, but you're right. This guy would rather, he's run into burning buildings, but he's like, oh, fuck this fucking rainbow shit. All right.
Like, this is a fire that not even I can put out.
This is too fucking psychedelic for me, brother. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm calling Rikishi. Fuck this.
I have to go back to give them more tries, because I feel like I would like the aesthetic of NXT 2.0 with all of the gimmicks. I enjoy watching gimmicks, but it's just there's been so much shit.
Well,
There's so much wrestling at the moment. It's like, yeah, if we're not going to talk about it, I'm not going to watch it.
yeah, and my weeks are just like I said, they've been getting crazy with my oldest one wants to do wrestling, and I don't know why, but it seems like a lot of these little tournaments are on Wednesdays. So it's like, fuck, man. So there's times I've gotten to see him every time, luckily, but I think we might have missed a match this night. I think he went a second time, and I left. I got back here around 8-ish. So, let's get into this real quick, because I can play a quick video or audio for you guys. Undertaker said some very nice things about Omos, whatever you want to fucking call him. Got that, Eric?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Whatever you want to call him, you can call him. But he did say some nice things. I'm not sure they're completely agreeable. I think Undertaker has gotten a little John Cena-ish in his retirement, kind of towing that company line, if you will. Let's go ahead and play this video.
I would give anything for a clip of The Undertaker speaking Chinese.
Yes, that would be good. That would be amazing, actually.
I found a video of John Cena just like talking about eating ice cream, but he's speaking in Mandarin, and I've watched it like 20 times this weekend. It is fascinating to me for some reason.
Doesn't he have like commercials in Mandarin over there?
I think so. I mean, he made every effort to like get a foothold on that market.
And it's funny, every time I think I've seen one of those, and I believe I remember going, this is so Talladega Nights.
It's wild. It's wild, for sure.
This is because if you remember, he was doing things like that too, going over and doing like China and Japan and all that. All these crazy products. So anyway, AJ, Omos, Undertaker said some things about him. Basically, I'm going to play the audio because I just can't do it justice. So here we go. It's only 1:12. Here we go.
What kind of advice would you have for an Omos when he stands out that way?
Yeah, the biggest thing for him, and it's funny that you mention him, because I'll say this: there will never be another Andre, but this guy is as close as we've come. I mean, and that's a big statement.
Absolutely.
But he's special. Omos is special, and the big thing for him to know and to realize is that he is special, and that he's different from everybody else. There's nobody, you look, the average size of the wrestler in general is smaller than it was.
Sure.
So here's this guy who is incredibly athletic, and he's incredibly huge. He's just a big, strong man. It's just important for him to make sure that he protects that.
Right.
And sometimes, guys don't understand what that means. And he and I have had a couple of conversations about, what he should do and what he shouldn't do. And if things get too heated, call me.
Good.
Well, let me just say first, I believe Andre's son, Paul White, is very upset about this comment.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I believe he is. I believe the Giant, he was known as. So, all right. Now, I always take, these guys know things and have been in the ring with people that we never will, never have. So, you can kind of take what they say and say, all right, maybe he sees something that we all don't yet. Maybe he's seen more of him than we know. But to call him the next Andre when has the guy been around a year yet?
No.
I mean, on the man, I think he was in NXT for a while, correct?
No, I mean, he was around for Raw Underground, but like as an actual active competitor or whatever, no.
I didn't think so. So, I mean, really, again, I'm not shitting on Taker. I would never do that. I respect the shit out of his career, to be honest with you. I really do. But to call this guy, and I know he didn't say he wasn't the closest thing to Andre. Is that a little much, guys?
Yeah, that's wait, I wouldn't say he went too far because that's his opinion, and I'm not gonna take anything away from his opinion, but I think that's a little overstretch, in my opinion.
There you go. It is a little bit. Smark, what do you think there?
I feel like the question nobody's really asking is it a good thing to be compared to Andre the Giant in 2021? And I don't mean that because he's passed away. I mean, like, literally in today's wrestling landscape, somebody being compared to Andre the Giant would be like Darby Allin in '85 with Hulk Hogan, where just everybody's fucking all jacked up and, like, 6'7", 6'8". Like, it's a different time in wrestling. I don't really, like, if Andre was around now, I don't know how that would work out for him. And, like, anytime we've seen some of the bigger guys now, like a Great Khali or something like that, they don't really gel all that well into the wrestling landscape, and even even into just the WWE landscape, of where even when Khali was around, there was still a lot of big guys, and he was just really fucking big. And another thing about that is just athletes nowadays are just different. Like, most football players are 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", somewhere around there. And you have these, like, giant, the NBA players that are getting thinner and getting taller. So you got these, like, 7-foot guys that are hitting 3-point shots and are only like 240. So it's a whole different kind of, like, it's just the whole sort of kind of spectacle of the situation doesn't really hold up the same way it did back in the day, like when Andre was around.
Yeah, I never thought of it that way, but you're right. You're right. Athletes have changed so much. It is kind of a weird thing. I mean, obviously, Omos was very, very thankful. He said, "Man, I'm lost for words. Just grateful. Thank you," at Undertaker, with the 3 of the thank you hands held up there. But you're right, though. Like you were saying, athletes have changed so much since then. And, I mean, Andre was legendary, absolutely. But it's not like he was a 5-star match wrestler.
Right.
I'm not saying Omos is even close either. He's not. But he also hasn't been around very long. You're talking about Andre, a legend. A guy ingrained. I mean, when you think of wrestling, some people would say, Hogan, Andre, those guys, man, Macho Man, all those guys. I don't think anyone's going to look back and go, oh, man, that Omos guy was, talk about a legend in the business. I just don't see that happening ever.
I think he's more. I would compare him more to Great Khali. I wonder if Undertaker back in the day compared to Great Khali to Andre.
He can walk, almost can, which is a step up.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mean it that way.
Has both of his knees.
Yes. Literally, Khali walked to the ring. You thought you had to look around and see if someone was stepping on twigs.
Yeah.
It looked like he hurt. I hurt when he walked to the ring.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My TV hurt when he walked to the ring. The cameras hurt. The cameras were hurting when he walked to the ring. Anyway, I just thought it was a little strange. A little bit, again, I feel like he's going that little toe the company line. Praise, praise, praise. I'm afraid my money's going to dry up one day.
Was this a question or was this just random?
It was a question. This was from the bump where I played that from.
Okay.
It was a question about, obviously that one guy brought it up, and I just think it was a little too far. I mean, like I said, nothing to sit here and be crying and upset about, but hey, he's entitled to his opinion. And like I said, he may see something in this guy that we just haven't seen yet. And that would be WWE's fault. So.
Mm-hmm.
Or did he just say it just to say it on air? To, as you said, company.
He might have.
Company line.
He might have.
Maybe he doesn't believe it.
I don't know about that. He might. He might not. Only person that knows that is Undertaker, and I fucking ain't asking him.
Yeah.
Like you said, it was on the bump, so they asked him what he thought about him, and he was going to be like, I think this guy's drizzling shit. So have you seen him?
Yeah, he's definitely not going to say something like that. Oh, the guy's fucking awful. But, I mean, might have just... You could have said he was all good and great and left out the Andre comparison. He could have said every other thing, left out the Andre comparison, and it still would have been a great praise of the guy.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's it. That's all I was saying. Oh, right. You know what? I do have another little video I just remembered I had. I'm not going to play it right now, but we will definitely play it in a little bit here. Let's see. What else do we have? Because I don't even want to talk about that anymore. Like I said, entitled to his own opinion. He may see something we don't. It's the fucking Undertaker, for God's sakes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I sent you a few articles just like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I got him. I got him right here. And guess we can... here, you want to jump into the Kurt Angle one right here?
Yeah.
All right. I guess Kurt Angle was on... Looks like he was on Talk is Jericho, which is the podcast. And he said there was no way in hell I was going to wrestle another year in WWE because all they were going to do was job me out for the whole year. So I knew I could see the writing on the wall and didn't know if I wanted to be a part of that. Now, this is obviously when he was at his height of painkiller addiction.
Yeah.
I didn't want to make a smart-ass comment about it. Really, he was at the height of his painkiller addiction right here. And obviously he's talking about when it was kind of public knowledge and he went over to TNA. I mean, Dixie hired him not giving a shit about his addiction or anything that he had been publicly talking about. But I do see where he was going to say, I mean, this has been something we've heard from other people, though. The fact that, listen, why would I ask for my release because, number one, I wasn't doing anything, and if they did have me doing anything, all I was going to do is just fucking, get jobbed out and be worth shit when I left the company.
Yeah.
So another, kind of like, I mean, not really in the same way, but we've heard this from many other people, though. We really have heard this from a few other people that, listen, I asked for my release. What was I going to do? Every time I wasn't on television, I was losing value in myself, my brand or whatever. So
yeah, there's been a couple people even this year that asked for the release because of that.
Yeah. Who's the
Kevin
guy?
Lee. Not Keith Lee.
I don't think he asked for his release. No, he didn't. It was one of the Lucha House Party guys asked for his release.
Okay.
Lindsay Dorado. No.
Yeah.
Yes, Lindsay Dorado asked for his release, and it was, I mean, obviously was granted it. He was in that part of the 8. So people have done it, and they just don't want to stay there and not do what they love doing. I don't blame them. But Kurt was also, I thought he failed a drug test and was fired. Wasn't he fired from WWE?
I don't think
I
so.
thought his contract was out.
Maybe it was up.
Take a look.
Yeah, see if you can find that, because I think I know he left, and maybe he refused. I think he might have refused rehab and quit. You know what? Or was that? No, that was Carlito. That was Carlito who refused rehab and quit. Wasn't it?
It
Yeah.
sounds feasible that it could have been Kurt Angle. Let's see.
Maybe it was both of them.
I always thought he was. I thought his contract was always up, and he just left and signed with TNA.
I'm not sure that's how that worked out.
Okay.
Maybe, but I don't think so. Maybe it could have been. Who knows? So let's see.
It's kind of similar to how CM Punk. Not the same way, but.
Well, I don't think CM Punk was ever all perked up.
No.
He looked like he was a lot of the times, but that I don't know what that was from. But anyway, so again, Smark, did you find anything on how he left WWE at that time?
Yeah, I believe he just quit. That's what it seems to be, according to the old Wikipedia.
Okay. The old wiki. Okay, so he just quit. So, and he did go over to TNA and did a lot of good stuff over there.
Yep.
And then obviously we saw him.
You could argue his best days were in TNA.
I'll tell you what, though, man, those were good days of TNA when he was over there doing some crazy shit and having good. Then it started getting into the main event mafia and all that shit, and it just sort of took a bad turn. But I did like when Kurt Angle was out there. His feud with Double J and Double J MMA was one of the fucking most entertaining, fucking hilarious feuds I've ever seen.
I would say that definitely, like my high water marks for TNA was the Kevin Nash, Alex Shelley segments. Where it was like Dr. Nash, and they were doing the I Spy production and all that shit. That was wonderful. But then probably the absolute favorite moment was like Jeff Jarrett tapping out children at a fucking self-defense class in a promo. That was amazing. Also, real quick here, you were right. It was Carlito. May 21st, Cologne was released due to a violation of the WWE Wellness Program, refusal to attend a rehabilitation facility for a reported addiction to painkillers.
Yeah, and he's come out and obviously said that was a horrible decision. I really thought when they brought him back for that one little shot, man, he got a great pop, a lot of buzz on the internet about him. I really thought they were going to bring him back, and I'll tell you what, I wish they would have. I liked him, I liked his character, and he looked fucking great when he came back. They just said, no, fuck him.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's their initiative, because and being an older guy and everything. But he did look good in the time that he had there. He had a good match shortly thereafter with Jordan Oliver on the Indies, and it's pretty good. So I mean, he can still go. It's worth giving him a shot. Somebody give him a shot.
No, I mean, I guess he probably should be happy, because he also could have come back and been used as much as David Hart Smith was, and then released. So
true.
He might be.
I mean, he does have Puerto Rico to fall back on too. So
true. He does. So, but yeah, I mean, I get why Angle didn't want to stay, but again, I know he was also very, 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 very out of his mind on painkillers at a lot of this time. So, anyway, he's good now, and that's a damn good thing.
Yep.
That is a goddamn good thing that Kurt Angle is good right now. Not having to make up that he was hacked on Twitter when he drunk tweets. That's a good thing. Shouldn't have to do that. You just shouldn't have to do that. Plain and simple. You shouldn't. I got one here we'll get into real quick that I saw last week, and I know it's a little old at this point. We'll just kind of breeze over it. We don't really need to make much of a big deal about it. Stephanie and Triple H's daughter has decided to start training for wrestling. I guess it's their older daughter. I would assume they're 15-year-old. I'm assuming, because I think they have a 15, a 13, and an 11-year-old, according to this article. So basically, one of their children does want to get in the business and has started training. I'm assuming with them. I'm assuming she's not doing hardcore training, but I don't know. That's pretty good.
It's interesting.
This just puts me right back to that thing where I always say, if you think when Vince goes and, when that time finally comes and Vince is gone, I'm telling you now, this company is not going to change. It is not going to change. It is going to stay the same. I would almost bet it will get worse.
I was going to say Charlotte's days are numbered at this point, then, huh?
No. It would get...
Well, her winning titles and shit, because if Triple H's 70s daughter is going to be training, she's going to be like 20-time champion by the time she's like 21.
Oh, don't worry. She'll have to beat Charlotte's 98 title run by then.
Mm-hmm.
So, have no fear. Have no fear about that. So that's not a big deal at all. I wouldn't worry about it, Smark. So, all right. Again, we just need to kind of gloss over that. It's been a week since that story. But, Smark, you sent me more. Pick one.
I did send you more. I sent you plenty. So, do a little bit of like round up here. Anyway, actually, you know what? Since we're talking about WWE at the moment, there's been a bit of a controversy afoot. There's shenanigans. The WWE and AEW are going to be running the same venue they're running in, I want to say Long Island.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Yeah, Long Island, the UBS Arena. I wanted to make sure I got that right. So they ran Raw there this Monday, and they're running AEW Dynamite next Wednesday. So the theory is that AEW has been selling more tickets than WWE, and there's been some real gumshoes put into place here. According to Brian Alvarez, quote, "You will be surely stunned to learn that there are a few people in WWE, you'll never, guess who believe Tony must be buying up tickets for the AEW show."
I would say it's that crazy conspiracy theorist AJ Styles and his flat earth ways. I'm blaming AJ Styles here. That's the only thing I'm doing.
That would be great if that factored into Sami Zayn's gimmick somehow. Because I've got the receipts. But yeah, I guess for some numbers, and this is from this portion of it is Ringside News, so I guess I take their math with a grain of salt. But Raw from UBS Arena drew 5,887 fans with a setup of 6,706. Mm-hmm. AEW sold 8,658. So they're doing a bit better than them at that. But this is they sourced WrestleTix. So if it's wrong, it's WrestleTix problem. But there you go.
Okay, so do any of us here believe that Tony Khan is buying up tickets? Or
no.
Wait, or was it Tony Schiavone they were talking about? He just said Tony. That's very... Is it Tony Bennett, maybe?
I can see that.
Huh? I don't know. I don't know.
Unusual to have fun.
That's Tom Jones, but close.
Yeah, I kind of figured it was, but yeah, never miss a good opportunity. I don't know if I know anything that Tony Bennett sings or does. Was he fucking gallivanting around with Lady Gaga for a minute?
Yes, they did a Christmas song together. That's what. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. I think it was a Christmas song or something like that. You know what? Actually, it wasn't her. It was not Lady Gaga.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I just looked it up. They were doing they had a special on, I think, Sunday. I didn't watch it because I'm neither old nor gay, so I have really no interest in watching Tony Bennett or Lady Gaga. But God bless both of them.
And he was on Blue Bloods, and he sang with Carrie Underwood.
Ah, very nice.
And that's from memory.
Very good. Was he on My PD Blue?
No, Tony Bennett was not. Tony Bennett was not. I no. He believe he might have been on an episode of Night Court, though. I know Mel Torme was on many episodes of Night Court.
I'm on it. Give me a minute.
I think he might have been. Tony Bennett might have been on one. But maybe not.
Well, it's funny because his IMDb is just him being Tony Bennett in various TV shows.
Mostly.
Mostly. So Simpsons and whatnot.
So real quick while you're looking at it, does anyone here believe that Tony Khan is buying up tickets to his own show?
No.
No. Okay. Smark?
No, I'm going to go with no.
He's going to go with no, too. Okay. So I would really love if he outed these people. I want to know who it is now. I'm dying to know who this is that thinks this.
I mean, I have a pretty good idea of who it might be, pal.
Bring it. Oh.
Damn it.
That fucking con. Not you, Nick. The other one. Your brother. He's not your brother, but you have the same last name.
Todd, you should have talked to him at Thanksgiving.
How was Thanksgiving with that bastard? Oh, God.
And it's because, we hear these rumors, like, every couple of months, or, like, almost any time they run congruently to each other at the similar venue, or at the same venue, rather. And it just makes me laugh that, like, provided this is true, that people actually do think this. Like, imagine being that out of touch or having your head that deep into the ground where it's just like, no, it's not our product. It's like, clearly it's the children who are wrong.
Absolutely. But I'm still saying this is like Michael Hayes just getting drunk on fucking Wild Turkey and calling up fucking Dave. Just calling Dave Meltzer. Dude, I got a tip for you, man. Telling you, that's what I think it is. It's just Hayes playing around. He's got nothing better to do. Yeah, really, nothing. I don't know. So, who else do you think it might be, or you think it's just the old fuddy-duddy?
Vince's cronies, so like maybe a Kevin Dunn or Dr. Tom or whatever, Bruce Pritchard, whatever the fuck.
Oh, Kevin Dunn should shut up. No one goes, hey, Kevin Dunn must be eating up all the tickets with those beaver teeth he has. No.
That is a good idea. Like, just Kevin Dunn's like snooping around. He's got like a trench coat on, a hat, sunglasses, but his teeth are fucking protruding throughout to his mouth. So it's just like everybody knows it's him anyway. Like, get out of here, Kevin Dunn. Yeah,
but it's still COVID, so he can wear a mask.
Yeah. So his sleuthing days might not be over yet.
You can do that now. And it's fine. It's not a big deal at all. Anyway, that's fucking ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I think it's hilarious, but it's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous thought. And I'm still going back and blaming the flat earther.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
But I mean, that is more like you were talking about. If you expect this to get any better anytime soon, if you need more evidence, it's like, why are they outselling us? Because they're buying their own tickets. Like, yeah, no, they're never going to examine themselves in any sort of tangible way.
No, not at all. They must, exactly. They're never going to say, well, maybe we're just not putting on good shows. It's just going to be blame someone for buying up tickets. Whatever. Mm-hmm. Telling you, Michael Hayes. Let's do 2 shots and call Meltzy.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
All right. Let's find something fucking else to go to. What else do we have here? You know what? I guess something we can play here. Speaking of WWE and being, I'm not going to say out of touch. This has been going on for years and years and decades, but someone caught on camera a meeting outside of a WWE event with seat fillers. Now, I'm going to play it. It's a couple minutes long. The most shocking thing to me is that people are like dumbfounded and angry about this. Seat fillers? No. This has been going on for a very long time, right, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone's still there. All right. This has been going on for a long time. We all know there's seat fillers. We know there's super fans that are basically used as seat fillers also. So let's play a little bit of this. I mean, there's not really much to get into, but I really found it shocking how many people were just dumbfounded and angry and pissed off that they have seat fillers. I'm almost pretty sure AEW probably has some too. And they probably have this exact same meeting with them. Here we go. Oh, volume.
A lot of money for the seat you're sitting in, comes back and is very confused as to why you are sitting there. Kindly and politely explain, hey, listen, I'm a seat filler, I'm with WWE, I'm only sitting here until you get back. Most of the time, that will solve all problems. Sometimes people want to argue, they want to insult, they want to get into a confrontation about it. Please do not confront or argue back, okay? I will have eyes on you guys. I promise I'll come over and rescue you if you need to be rescued, all right? So,
all right, let me just say one thing. I'm not sure I want Mr. Neckbeard coming to rescue me. I'm just saying, if you saw this guy, you'd probably agree with me. I'll keep going from there. I think this might repeat this part and then keep going from there. I don't know why, but here we go.
I might move you guys one time. I might move you 50 times. I am giving you a heads up. I am going to move you a lot. I'm going to move you guys a lot tonight. So if you're wearing sandals, I'm very sorry. You guys are about to get a lot of steps in. Please be ready to move at any point in time. I will need you guys 2 major times during the show. Hey, Ducky, get the hell out of here. That's Stewie, our camera guy. Stewie needs a booster seat.
Almost not being a star.
It is.
Wait, what was that?
Someone's not being a star. It's not cool to make fun of short people.
Oh, Smark. He was joking. Stewie's used to it.
Apparently. I would like the idea. I would like nothing more if, as he was giving them the speech, he got fired and another person took over. It's like, all right, well, I am his seat filler, so I'm going to go ahead and finish running the speech down with you. You may also be fired as a seat filler. We fire people every about 5 to 10 minutes here, so just be prepared.
I might move you. I might tell you to get the fuck out. You'll never know until I tell you. Okay.
If you brought sandals, why? If you're wearing a replica belt, why?
I will tell you, the only thing that I do, I'm not saying it's shocking. The only thing I find a little disturbing about this is they've all got a script in their hand.
The fans? The seat fillers?
The seat fillers. Every one of them had a piece of paper. I mean, it might just be but I got a feeling it's reactions to what's going on.
Charlotte equals good.
It's kind of what I'm thinking it is, but I don't know. Let's play a little more of this, though. I do think it's kind of cool, though, that this guy is at least shouting at the cameraman. He's not sitting there trying to get all this attention on himself, being a douchebag. Here we go.
Day 3 of pay-per-view week, and everybody here is exhausted. Let's see. So I need you guys 2 times definitely during the show. Once at the very beginning of SmackDown, right around 8 o'clock. The second time, right after SmackDown goes off the air at 10 o'clock, we go into 205 Live. I will probably move every single person, okay? So once... That's Sweaty, our other camera guy. Hey, Sweaty! Why are there so many WWE people out here? Okay, so, and then when SmackDown goes off the air, 205 Live we go into, I will probably move everybody here. So please, once SmackDown's about to go off the air, heads up because you're about to move. Okay, that is what we're doing. Anyone have any questions about what we're doing? Fantastic. Couple of rules. The seat I temporarily put you in, you might be very close to the ring. Fellas, if you are close enough to hug Carmella, don't even think about it. Ladies, if you are close enough to touch Finn's abs, do not think about it. Please don't touch the talent. Please don't throw anything at our talent.
Okay, so even there, he had to tell these people that are working for and paid by WWE not to touch the talent.
Guys, if somebody pretends to be Seth Rollins, rips you out of $250, please do not attack him.
If that check bounces, it wasn't Seth.
Guys, Carmella would really appreciate it if you stopped trying to sexually assault her.
I think we all would, to be honest.
Just because she looks like a real doll doesn't mean you can treat her like a real doll.
She really does look like some sort of weird real doll. But, not even bring that up, I guess. But, Yeah.
I'm just getting like bad PTSD of being in like shitty meetings that are just exactly like this before like a morning shift.
Yeah, you're right. You know what this reminds me of?
What's that?
I was out of a job and I took this job. You know those people that like go around to you in like parking lots and ask you to buy cologne and perfume?
It's never happened to me, but I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Like literally, Eric said, you could be outside of a Walmart, you could be going through a fucking restaurant, you could be anywhere. I managed one of those places for 3 days. And that was what you had to do. You had to have the rah-rah meeting before they went out. You had to have the rah-rah meeting when they came back to get them already pumped up for the next day. They were ready to come to work. It was awful. Awful. And the money sucked. It was awful. It was not good pay. I just took it. I needed something to do. And I took the job while I was looking for another job. The only good thing about the job was I didn't have to be around the office very much. I could say I was out checking on everyone, and I was looking for a job in those 3 days, and I found one.
There you go.
But you had to do this. You had to give that rah-rah speech. You had to tell them this. You had to tell them that. It was so awful. Hated it.
I very briefly, my first job was at Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like 18, and in the mornings there really is a fucking song that they make you sing. It's god awful. I don't remember it, but there is a song. And they get everybody together and they go through all this whole speech of like, today we want to do this, and today we want to do that. We got to emphasize selling this and sell that, and blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, they give all these speeches and they give all these like weird, like little pep talks. And like this one guy's like, you need to decide if you want to be a horse or a lion. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking? Like, this doesn't make any sense to anyone. Like, I am 18 years old. I'm spending half this check on weed and alcohol. Like, I don't care if I sell a fucking tricycle to somebody. Like, leave me alone. I'm hungover as it is. Get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah, I mean, look, you put me on commission. We can talk. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
When you start letting me take bathroom breaks, I will start.
Yeah, I hear they're pretty brutal, man. I had a friend in Florida that worked nights there and worked days with me at the wire company I worked for, and he would come in with horror stories about that place. He just did stocking at night.
Really, the only like the one that I worked at specifically, like they were so afraid of being like sued that I had like an hour 15-minute lunch break, I think, which was fucking crazy. And like every 2 or 3 hours, I think you had like a 15-minute break. So like it was the pay was god awful, but you actually did get treated like somewhat like a human being of a sort. Yeah,
it's not the stories I was hearing from him, but that was also, I mean, Jesus Christ, that was about 20 years ago too. So
yeah,
the pay is good now.
Yeah,
I mean, decent.
Yeah, it's probably changed a lot by now. So, and well, they did have a lot of complaints, and they did have a lot of people that were starting to sue them over the past decade. So I'm sure they definitely straightened their shit out. I mean, that's a big company. You don't want to be fucking that shit up.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
the same with all retail.
Yeah, exactly. But like I said, I was shocked at the amount of people that were upset by this whole thing of them having seat fillers. It's like, dude, this is live fucking television. What do you expect? Like, really? Every single if you don't think every reality television competition out there has seat fillers that you see a live audience, you're nuts. You think they're gonna you think they're just gonna let every single person in that audience fucking just go willing? No. There are seat fillers. There are people that are there to they're not really security, but they're kind of also security.
I don't know if I can find it. I'm going to look for it because you got to kind of go back through the Wayback Machine here. But I remember when Wrestling Society X came out, like before they were even doing shows, when it was just a concept, they put out a casting call looking for audience members. And they were specifically, everybody was like losing their shit because they were specifically asking for younger people, and they were asking for like thin, attractive people to be in the crowd to make it look hip and cool. And people were like losing their mind that they didn't want actual wrestling fans at the wrestling show. But that's always been a thing.
And if you watch that show back, those fans are extremely overacting. Most of them.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely had.
Everyone was, though, so it kind of made sense.
They had fans there, real fans, but they also had a bunch of actors in the crowd too. Man, who cares? Who cares? That was some fun shit to watch.
Oh, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it for what it was.
For a while there, you could get it. You could actually get the 4 DVD set on Netflix.
I had a friend who had it. Yeah,
I have it.
Yeah, it was like Big Vision Entertainment or whatever.
Yes, exactly. I got it from Netflix, and I do still not have it from Netflix, but I do still have it. Just put it that way.
Nice.
And let's move on.
Society.
Yep. Did you ever see that, Eric?
Yeah, it was on MTV, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
MTV 2.
Oh yeah, MTV too. Yeah.
It was when they tried.
Wasn't X-Pac in it too?
He sure was.
Oh yeah, X-Pac, Jack Evans was in it. Human Tornado was over there. I think Amazing Red was there.
I can't recall. I know Scorpio Sky was in there.
Definitely was in there. They had a lot of good people in there, man. It was a cool little fucking company. And yeah, X-Pac was over there. Why do I think Raven came in at one point? No, Vampiro, excuse me.
Vampiro, yeah. Vampiro was there. Ricky Banderas, which became Mil Muertes, was in there.
Yep. Now, I'm telling you, that's what fucked that show up. The guy had lightning coming out of his eyes. That's when it fucked up.
That never really dawned on me that he worked for Wrestling Society X and Lucha Underground. I didn't know. I completely forgotten that there was anybody that had that crossover. Actually, so did Jack Evans, now that I think about it.
Jack Evans would have been one of them.
That was a while.
And I'll bet if we looked
I feel like Lucha Underground was like what Wrestling Society X could have become.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? I'll bet if we looked that up, what their roster was.
I can tell you a lot of people just off the top of my head. Like you said, Human Tornado, Jack Evans, what's his name? Tyler Black, so Seth Rollins was there. Jimmy Jacobs. Joey Ryan was there.
We had let's see, we had Chris, you're right, Human Tornado, Jack Evans, Jimmy Jacobs, you're right, Joey Ryan. So there's another crossover because he was on Lucha Underground.
I think Nate Webb, but I don't remember. Johnny Webb was there for sure. White Trash, Johnny Webb.
Luke Hawx. Luke Hawx was there. I like Luke Hawx, a good guy. Matt Classic.
When did they start this? It was what, like 2001?
I'll
tell you. Say
I'll tell you in a minute.
2007 or 8, maybe?
Hey, Teddy Hart was there.
Okay.
Fuck yeah, he was. And it was 2007, by the way.
Yes, it was.
Right.
Teddy Hart. Vic Grimes, I forgot he was on 1 or 2 episodes. Like the first 2, I think. That was it.
I forgot.
For some reason, I thought it was 2001 or something.
And yeah, Johnny Webb was over there. Lizzie Valentine was over there. It was a lot of people over there, man. That really was a damn good company for a little while. I liked it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a fun little thing that they were doing there. But like I said, it just got
benefit. I want to look at this roster now.
It just got a little too hokey and corny and campy.
It kind of always was, though, because like the very first episode, it's like, "Welcome to Wrestling Society X." There's like just fucking explosions that are CGI'd in. You had fucking all the musical guests showing up. Like maybe 2 of them actually knew anything about wrestling, but which those actually were the worst ones. The ones that had no idea what the hell was going on, like that made the commentary more fun.
Yeah,
because you had like fucking what's his name, Black Label Society guy, Zach Wilde. There you go.
Wild.
He was on the commentary. You had like 3-6 Mafia did the commentary. There was a bunch of cool people. Ooh, it's actually all right here. Black Label Society was episode 1. 3-6 Mafia, Sparta, Clips. That's cool. I forgot about that. Jibs, Good Charlotte, Quiet Drive, Pitbull, the Undertaker's favorite wrestler or musician, Styles P, and Newfound Glory.
That's right. Now, who was the fucking ring announcer? I forget.
Oh God, he had a top hat. Let me
Yeah, but
see,
it
let me
was
see.
it was someone who wasn't Adam Pearce.
Was it?
He was, I forget who it was.
I'll find
It
it.
wasn't Joey Styles?
No.
No.
No. I mean the ring announcer, the guy that would scream out the matches. I forgot who it was, man.
Josh Masters.
No. Here, WSX ring announcer, NCER. I forget who that guy was, but it was Ryan Katz that works for WWE. GQ Money. GQ Money. That's who that was.
There you go. I forgot what his ring name was.
GQ Money. That's exact. And he is I know he does something for WWE right now. I think he's a agent. So I'm like, I know it's someone that works for WWE. That's who it was. There we go. All right. Well,
The fun show. Now I want to fucking go back and watch it because they had like the first 3 or 4 episodes aired like on a weekly basis, and then when it became abundantly clear that they weren't going to renew it, they just showed like the rest of like 8 episodes like all in one night.
Right. Yeah.
Which was weird because I remember like I had a cut like my aunt was giving birth, so like we had my cousins were spending the night at my house. And I was just like up until like 4 a.m. watching fucking Wrestling Society X while waiting to hear about if the baby had come yet.
Really wasn't a bad show, man. I like that show.
It was wild. It was wild.
It sure as hell was.
Is it on YouTube?
It probably. I don't know if it's legally supposed to be, but you could probably find it fairly easily.
Well, no, there's DVDs of it. They're legal. I mean, Netflix had the DVD, so yeah, you can find it.
Mm.
You can find it. It's out there. I'll bet it's not that expensive. Let's see. WSX box set. Let's see how much that is. Nope, that doesn't pull up at all. We'd have to type in Wrestling Society X.
Well, yeah, all of the episodes are here on the old YouTube. They're all like 20 minutes long. Seems like it's kind of short, but I guess they were only like half-hour episodes.
Yeah. Here.
I said they were an hour. They weren't an hour or so?
I thought they were an hour too, but I guess I'm thinking of Lucha Underground. But yeah, they're all showing up here as like being 20 minutes. There's a playlist. I'm gonna actually go ahead and post it on the Mixler, but you didn't hear that from me. There we go.
Oh, you can get this bad boy on Amazon. All 4 discs for like $21, $25. New for $25, used for $21. Put it that way.
It would actually be worth it to check out the DVD because they would also do like the web series. Because they would do Wrestling Society X's show, and then it would be like the dark matches, quote unquote, I guess, for whatever lack of a better term, they would show on like MTV.com. So there's a bunch of like unaired content and shit that's probably on the DVD that would be worth picking it up.
You know what? I've got them. Maybe one night we need to do this could be an interesting Hollywood hangout. Or just a...
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Or just a special one of these shows. Well, I might do a special Dirt Sheet Dudes. Who knows? We'll figure that out. We'll talk about that one. We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll do a little watch along for a couple of months. How many episodes was it? 8? Something like that? You're right.
10
10
episodes.
Oh, that might be something worth doing. All right. We'll think about that. But yeah, you can get it out there, Eric, and it's pretty cheap to get.
Amazon Prime or just Amazon Video?
That was just regular Amazon.com. That was here, let me go back to it. Oh, here. Yeah, regular Amazon. Oh, that was Prime. I'm logged in.
Right.
I'm logged into Prime, so.
You know, while we're talking about it real quick, since you mentioned that he was on the show, that makes me remember I've always wanted to talk about it kind of, but I just never had the opportunity. I feel bad for Human Tornado. Because if you think about like where wrestling is now, where it's like if you can become popular amongst just, you know, like random internet fans and you get enough clips of you shared, you get a buzz on the indies now, you can like parlay that into a spot on NXT or in AEW now.
Yeah.
And during his prime, those opportunities just weren't around. So like if he would have came out a couple of years later, we might be seeing him on AEW now or in NXT. So I just kind of feel bad for the guy because he got over, but none of those opportunities were around when he was.
Yeah, I thought he was a damn entertaining guy. Always did.
Mm-hmm.
I really did. I liked the guy. I thought he was pretty cool and entertaining. Yeah, he was mostly comedy, dancing in the ring, kick people in the balls and shit like that. But I still thought it was always a funny thing to see him go out there and entertain. He was great in the ring.
He kind of was a little bit of what Montez Ford is now in terms of just like being a guy who's kind of tall, kind of skinny, but can get a really good amount of hang time. So he just works as a pretty decent high flyer.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, now you mentioned that. I didn't even think about that, but you're right. He kind of is. But yeah, I don't even know what he's doing now. I'm not sure at all.
He makes sporadic appearances on the indies. He's done a couple of like GCW shows within the last couple of years.
All right, cool. Glad that he's still out there doing some shit. So, all right, Smark, go for it.
Indeed. Let me go ahead and pull some of this up here. Hit this one real quick. This both has to do with potential contract developments. I'll just bundle these together. I don't think really anybody has too much anything to say about this, but Big Swole put on her Twitter yesterday that she and AEW have both mutually agreed to not renew her contract. So the Big Swole era in AEW is over. I'm sure we're all devastated to hear this information.
I mean, yeah.
But that's I think this is relevant.
And yeah, she did put out a very lengthy little statement. I'm not going to read it all. I can sum it up for you in basically she's saying that she's just going to – it basically looks like she's going to take a different path is what it looks like to me by what she said in here. And I don't know. I liked her. I actually thought she had a very wrestling look to her, and not very good in the ring yet. But she was also very young, hadn't been in the business very long anyway. So we'll see what happens. Maybe she'll come back. Maybe we don't see her again. Maybe we see her on the indies. Who knows? But I did like her. They didn't use her much at the end there. I don't think we've seen her for ages, except maybe on Dark. I don't watch Dark, so. Oh, yeah. She was on the September 11th episode of Dark. That was it. That was the last time we'd seen her.
Damn.
So that was
and
it.
Then in relation,
good luck to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's not impossible. Like, I think she's in a relationship. I won't say Cedric Alexander, so it's not impossible that she might end up showing up in WWE.
NXT, I could see her maybe.
Well, yeah, I just meant under that.
Right.
NXT more so, but yeah.
You probably fit that mold of the young people.
Yeah, she would. She's young. She's got a great build, and she's a pretty girl. Like I said, she's very athletic. So I'm sure they could, give her a little more. What am I trying to say here? A little more lessons, work. Betterment, improvement. That's the word I was looking for. Damn,
there you go.
I was about to take. Maybe I should put the pipe down. Anyway, I was just about to. I'm like, man, maybe I should take a hit. Maybe I shouldn't. But
so to follow that up a little bit more with some personnel potential movements, there's a couple weeks ago where there was a rumor circulating that we could potentially see. The former Bray Wyatt, I guess he's calling by Wyndham now. Wyndham 6, I believe, is his Twitter handle, which sounds like the name of a movie theater. It seems like you would definitely like buy tickets to go see fucking Spider-Man 3 at the Wyndham 6.
That actually seems like an upscale Motel 6 is what I believe it is.
We will not leave the light on for you. The electricity is too expensive. We're trying to conserve.
Oh, no. They'll leave the light and the AC on for you.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, they're upscale. Remember, upscale. Not downscale, upscale.
I like it. So, yeah, Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful.com says it was made very, very, very clear to me that that's not happening. So you will not be seeing Bray Wyatt, a.k.a. Wyndham, in Impact Wrestling anytime soon.
Good. I'm sorry. I know that's not nice, but good. This guy, no. I want to see him do much better than Impact. I'd rather see him in an AEW. I don't care if he did. I think going to GCW would be better than going to Impact.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think you could actually do some shit with him in GCW because you got like him and G Raver would get along just proper.
Oh,
the whole like spooky character thing.
Yeah, that would be fun to see.
First, I'm going to go with that. Oh, there was a convention over the weekend in, I want to say North Carolina, maybe, like WrestleCade. And there's some photos going around online if anybody wants to see those of Strowman and what's his name? Redhead guy.
Redbeard.
Eric from, Eric Redbeard.
Yep.
Back together, reunited. So that's pretty cool.
I saw it. They were pointing at each other like the old Triple H pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this guy. No, look at this guy. Hey, look at us.
that seemed like that could have actually been a pretty cool show. Some of the card looked very interesting. I forget what it was. There was a match on there. It seemed like it would have been pretty cool, but I can be damned if I can remember.
That's pretty cool though. Seeing, people get back together and shit like that. That's always good. Let's see. I think we got a video here. I got two actually. I have one here that we're going to kind of completely get it. I guess since we're talking about spooky characters or formerly spooky characters, I got one of the Undertaker and Kevin Hart. I honestly don't know where this is from. I don't know what show this is from, but it looks to me like in ice baths. And Kevin Hart tells us how intimidating the Undertaker is. About another 2-minute video. Here we go. Oh, once again, volume.
But, I did say a bunch of bad things. She was okay with it, but yeah.
What the Hey! God damn it.
Of course, the lights went out.
Oh, God, I don't even want to turn around. I don't want to turn around.
Yeah.
Ah, Jesus. Yep. I know it.
It's exactly what you think it is. Druid's behind him.
Such a great conversation we were having, and then... Okay. All right, guys. Can you speed it up?
You speed it up.
Bam, Daryl.
Druids don't move fast.
Okay. All right. What are you doing? What in the Exorcist bad movie is going on with you, man? Put your tongue in your mouth.
Big.
Bam! I'm sorry. What you're doing is offensive. It's offensive. It's not what he did. And I don't know what the hell you doing. You just sleep. Wake your ass up. Wake up, Daryl. God damn it.
Yes, he's talking to the Druids.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? This ain't Chippendales. You better not.
Hold on a sec, guys. It's like banging on my wall here. Well,
yeah, I think I hear a little bit of it.
Well, the wall to my right is outside. All right. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Oh, God. All right. Well, if I've never seen a reason to end a goddamn show in my life.
Oh, he's flexing too.
It's here now. What are you doing? Why do you have on a singlet? Huh? Okay. All right. Bam! What are you doing? Wake up. Wake your ass up.
Okay, just so you know, this guy is pinching his nipples with his tongue out. And that's what he's doing. But this, I don't know what this is from, but I'd like to see more of it. I'll tell you the truth.
I don't remember what it's called, but this is what Kevin Hart does. It's an interview show.
Oh,
that's based on this premise. I think it Cold as Balls is what I think it's called. It's from the LOL network, so it's good quality stuff. But he gets in an ice bath with just like different celebrities, athletes. I think it started primarily as just athletes because that's why it would make sense for them to be like shirtless in an ice bath. But so he's done this quite a few different ones. I'm looking on the YouTube right now. He's got like Jerry Rice, Carl Anthony Towns, various athletes.
All right. Nice. Okay. It was pretty fun, though. I guess it was a little more visual, but that's probably why I laughed at it. Sorry, everybody. But
and for those who didn't see it, the Undertaker is indeed like in Undertaker regalia while in this ice bath. You mentioned having a singlet on.
Well, that wasn't the Druids took off their robes and they were both in singlets.
Yeah, I think Undertaker just got like some kind of a T-shirt on. He might have.
Yes, he has a T-shirt on.
Yeah, he's got a T-shirt and shorts on, but of course it's the Undertaker, so he's wearing all black.
Right, exactly. So, all right. I guess we can move on from that right there. We only got a couple of things left, and then we can hit AEW, which isn't going to take long, and we'll go ahead and wrap up, which is good. I got to be up at 5:30. All right. Eric sent me another one here. Karrion Kross, Killer Kross, whatever you want to call him at this point, Scarlett's man. He has landed a role in an action movie that begins filming in 2022, but they have not said the name of the movie yet. But that's pretty damn good. I mean, leave WWE and get fired. Get fired from your job and then pick up a movie role, whether it's a small role or it says a lead role. So I don't know. Might be seeing more of Karrion Kross in the movies.
Nice.
Good for him.
That would be pretty goddamn cool. But fucking excellent for him, man. Glad to see him land something. I mean, this is big. And I mean, if the movie begins filming in 2022, I wouldn't expect to see him next year at a ton of indie shows or anything for a little bit. So I guess we'll see what happens. But fuck yeah. Awesome.
He seems like somebody that'd be kind of suited for that role. Like, I don't know if you remember, but for a little while there was a run where like Nathan Jones was showing up in various action movies.
Yep, I do. He's actually in a few of them. He's such a big fucking guy, man.
Mm-hmm. I mean, these Kross in particular, they're just people that have that kind of look. Yeah. Like, Nathan Jones, we were talking about, he's just fucking huge, so he fits. He can be a henchman in any number of things. But then you got Kross, he's got all those tattoos, he's ripped, shaved head. He's just got a very sinister vibe to him that you can get a lot of good usage out of.
Yeah, and you never know. Might work his way might weasel his way into getting Scarlett in there with him.
Speaking of Scarlett, though, I've done some extra journalism work, if you want to call it that. Apparently, also starting in 2022, the Scarlett Bordeaux OnlyFans. So have fun with that. If you would like to give her $40 a month to not see any boobs until like 8 months in, God bless you.
There you go. That's your choice, and we will not judge you for it.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I mean, somebody has to pay so I can see these leaked photos. I'm not doing it.
No. But speaking of movies and stuff that's going to be put out in 2022, Smark.
Oh, man, I cannot wait for this. This is from F4W Online. Mm-hmm. The much-anticipated Netflix docuseries focusing on the life of WWE Chairman Vince McMahon will debut at some point, thank you, in 2022, according to Stephanie McMahon. I don't know if that's a reliable source. Speaking at a March of Dimes event, she revealed the news, but the timing of the release is to be determined. Quote, I'm equal parts excited and really nervous. I don't know what it's going to say, but it's going to capture his life and his story, which so richly deserves to be told. Jesus Christ. She said about these still untitled series. The news was first announced during the 2020 third quarter earnings call by President Nick Khan, which he said would be one of the highest budgeted docuseries in Netflix history. This is going to be fucking wonderful. On a call this year, he said the early footage he had seen was, quote, out of this world. God, I cannot wait. The Ringer's Bill Simmons is an executive producer and was driving force behind the well-received Andre the Giant documentary for HBO. Chris Smith, who directed Netflix's Fire Festival documentary, is directing and is also a producer along with WWE Studios. This is not to be confused with the United States of America versus Vince McMahon scripted series, which we talked about, being developed by WWE and Blumhouse Media. WWE and Netflix released Escape the Undertaker this Halloween, an interactive movie featuring the legendary character and the New Day.
Interesting. Nick Khan said it was out of this world? No way.
It's going to be so fucking awesome because it's going to be like just a level of dick suckery that even Cody Rhodes himself couldn't dream of. It's just gonna be like fucking like the painting where it's like the guy reaching out to touch God's hand, but God is Vince McMahon.
This is gonna be something we're gonna have to talk about. I'm gonna have to watch this. I'm going to have to watch this. 100% gonna have to see it. So
it's gonna be like so historically inaccurate and just such spin. It's gonna be I will watch every episode the day it comes out.
And you know, Stephanie said this with her fake corporate smile.
Richly deserves to be told.
Richly.
The story of her father.
This was written. This was written. I swear to God, if anyone asks you, remember these words.
I cannot forget the time that Vince refused to give up his seat in Birmingham, Alabama. That was a benchmark moment for wrestling. This is going to be the most ridiculous shit. I'm just like, oh my God, I can't wait.
Yeah, this might have to be a definite Hollywood Hangout episode.
Definitely.
Like I can't. The only it keeps coming back to my mind, but the only thing I can compare this to, like what I expected to be, is for anybody that's fans of The Simpsons when they had that film festival and Mr. Burns made a movie about his life, and it was just like he spent like $20 million on it. It was just the most like self-effacing just nonsense ever. I can't. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'm not sure if awesome's the word for it, but it's gonna be something. It's definitely gonna be something. All right, let's get into, like I said, guys, I've got the John Morrison video. This is his first little video he put out. It's 4 minutes. I'm not gonna. Let's just skip the video. It's getting late. I'm really hungry because I didn't get to eat, so I'm fucking starving. But Smark, you got one more.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you know what?
Yes.
You know what? Let's end on that, and give me one more real quick that Eric sent over here. I'm sure all of you noticed that Jim Ross was not there this week. Was he there last week, guys?
Yeah, he was there last week. I think this is like, yeah.
Okay, so he was there last week. Obviously, he is not there this week. Now, he said, we talked about this a few weeks ago, he was planning on not missing any time at the booth. But I told you guys, I got a feeling that's not going to happen. I think he's definitely going to need some time off. It's radiation treatments, not chemo, but radiation treatments, and they still beat the shit out of you. So he will be taking some time off. He's hoping to return at the end of this month, December 29th in Jacksonville. Yeah, so that'll be nice. That'll probably be back at Daly's place, I'm assuming. Yeah, so kind of, back in his element. Might not be a bad idea to bring him back on that show if he can. But 22 radiation treatments is pretty fucking harsh on your body. So I expected him to take time off, and I think we all did. So I'm fine with it. Taz was actually kind of funny tonight on commentary from what I saw. Didn't see very much of it, but I did hear him, and I was getting some good chuckles out of Taz over there. I like Taz anyway. I'm a fan. But hey, and he says Tony Khan is supporting him on this, which is no surprise to me at all. Just the stories we hear about Tony. So, pretty awesome. I wish him well. I hope he gets rid of this little skin cancer thing he's got and comes back 100%.
Same.
There you go. Smart. Just wanted to get
better, Jim.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I just didn't want to go funny and then here and then go right to AEW. I just thought it was a bad combination.
Yeah.
So there you go, sir. Now let's go to the real fucking funny story.
It's the old meat and potatoes.
I've been reading
from
this.
Ringside News.
Yep.
So take this with a grain of salt, because also the person it involves is equally incredible with their believability. But so depending on where you are, Eastern time zone, Central time zone, it's either December 1st or December 2nd. And who is more synonymous these days with Christmas than old Mariah Carey herself? And who is more synonymous with wrestling than old Marty Jannetty himself? So here we go. Marty Jannetty's bizarre social media ravings continued again today. But you could just add any time to that. Just copy and paste that shit. The former rocker shared a road story about a major celebrity. He says he met Mariah Carey at the China Club in New York, where she climbed upon and then vomited all over him. Jannetty disgustingly described the event down to the physical properties of the vomit itself. After fans called him out as a liar, Party Marty posted a series of replies from his friend Michael Galloway. Galloway's Facebook profile identifies him as a former stage manager at China Club, so it might be a legitimate story. I love how they emphasized might. Quote, so to continue or finish the Mariah Carey story that got cut off 2 posts ago, she and Janet Jackson were my fantasy girls. I see you, Marty. Keep rocking in the free world. When I met Mariah at the China Club, New York City, she climbed me, was draped on me, then threw up all over my left side. It was warm and creamy, but you don't need to wear that in a great club like that. I went and got several napkins. The bartender saw the whole thing and was laughing their asses. I got napkins, wiped off the throw up, and went back to partying. LOL. That's all. LOL. Hey, I shouldn't need to explain me and my life. I lived my last post. Mariah Carey, yes, that happened. But I'm here sharing with you. I don't need to. I just want y'all to catch a glimpse of what blessed life I got to live, because most of y'all live a boring ass life. I'm trying to help live vicariously through me. Damn, but some want to call me a liar because you can't fathom my life? Some idiot doubted me on the last post, and my bruh, Mickey, said I was there. He was the manager of the club. So all you zeros that won't let me help your life be happy, eat a bowl of balls. Here's your once and only proof. P.S. This is pertaining. Amazes me that he spelled that properly. To the post where my fantasy girl Mariah Carey threw up on me when I met her in the China Club in New York City. Then it ends with Jannetty later posted a random picture of a woman in a bikini he implied may be having some sort of multiple partner encounter. The downward spiral continues.
Yeah, which the picture won't pull up because I believe the post has been removed. So
it's not a downward spiral if it just stays in the trajectory for several years. Like, you're not going down, you're just staying consistent.
I just find the hilarity in the fact, like the irony in the fact that one of the most bullshit sites is just posting a story about one of the most bullshit guys. Like, both
It's
are known,
bullshit
both are just known for their bullshit, which is amazing. That this combination is very awful.
The only wrestler that won't say they're lying in their tweets. But yeah, ringside news is some good guys, according to me, Marty Jannetty.
I mean, listen, if this happened, fucking gross. But wouldn't we have heard about this if it was at some famous club?
I mean, I guess if it was the early 90s and there weren't so much camera phones around, well, obviously there weren't any camera phones around, but recording equipment wasn't what it was. I guess it's fathomable, possible.
But fucking reporters were everywhere, dude. They were fucking vultures back then. And especially for her. I just have this feeling she didn't go anywhere without security.
I mean, let's be clear. I don't believe that any of this shit happened, but it's still a good tale.
Hey, listen, you can get a buddy to say anything. Look, my buddy said it was good. My brah. Well, that's great. That's great. That's not going to... I'm still not buying it. Whatever. I
will say that I don't believe it, but I will say this. Like, it's Marty Jannetty, and he's a notorious liar. So, like, why would he stop at throwing up? Like, why wouldn't he just pretend that he fucked? Because it's not like anything he's ever said has been true anyway. So the fact that he's just like limited it to him being thrown up upon, and also putting that over as though that is a like thing that you would want. It's like, you guys are living fucking boring lives. There's no pop stars that are puking all over you.
And I do want to know how a bartender laughs off their ass.
Well, they didn't laugh their ass off. They just laughed their ass, according to Mr. Jannetty.
They laughed their asses. He
omitted the word off.
Yes, they did not laugh. Well, he left off the word off.
He did. He offed off.
He did. And I have a feeling that the word pertain was spelled correctly due to autocorrect.
I'm surprised that he knows the word pertained, or that he could, like, that would be available in his sort of vocabulary Rolodex in the state that he's in, which I just assume is always intoxicated.
Oh no, that's a good Southern word there.
Mm-hmm.
What is this pertaining to? Have you? You don't call enough companies.
God bless Marty. I don't, but God bless Marty Jannetty. He is a true treasure. Like, now that, like, Teddy Hart's just doing whatever Teddy Hart does, like, out of the public eye, we need somebody here to just keep the insane bullshit flowing. He's our man.
Well, you might be the God bless Marty Jannetty guy. I sure am not. But
I would absolutely hang out with him. I wouldn't believe anything he says, but, like, I would be there for those stories.
So, Eric, anything on that?
Not really. That Marty Jannetty is just crazy. Wacko.
I don't know what he's on, but I'm glad more people don't do it. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Whatever he's on, I don't know. I think he's all flocking up or something. I have no clue, man. I'm done. Fuck it. Anyway, I guess from there, fucking Marty Jannetty. Always entertaining, always great material for the show. I will say that.
How does he not have his own? Like, I mean, they gave fucking, like, Vince Russo has his show.
He probably doesn't want to do it. Probably gets, you can't sit there and do coke while you're doing a show. Eventually, it's going to get,
Marty Jannetty, what did you think of AEW this week? Well, one time, me and Emmanuel Lewis double teamed Ron. Here's how. But it's like, all right, I'm in.
Gary Coleman was in the corner watching, and Mick
He was
Foley
in the
was
J.J.
there.
Dillon position, looking on from the closet.
And Mick Foley was there for some reason, too. I don't know why. But
and then Ron Simmons were doing London Bridge.
And Raven comes
I
out.
can't believe that that's a real fucking story. Like, oh my, like, why did he go along with that?
I don't know, man.
Like, Ron, hold my hands while I'm fucking this girl. Damn.
Awful. Crazy shit going on, man. Crazy shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess speaking of some crazy shit, we'll go to AEW real quick. Now, guys, like I said, I did not get back tonight. When I turned on AEW, it was what I thought was the middle of the Sting and Darby Allin versus the Gun Club match, but it was more the end of the match. I really didn't see much. I noticed Darby busted the top of his head open. I can only think that was diving into the ring post, correct?
Yeah, I'm not sure either. It happened as they were coming back from commercials. So it was like they did a picture-in-picture. So you could see what it was, but we never really watched the picture-in-pictures. It was kind of hard to tell how it is that happened exactly. But yeah, when they came back from picture-in-picture, he was busted open.
All right. There you go. So we didn't really see that either. Now, so that's where I came in. Was there... I mean, I guess you guys can try to fill me in a little bit on what did happen or what you remember. You know how
Smark. Sure, I can do that.
Yeah, go ahead.
So it started off, you had Bryan Danielson versus Ellen Angels, which is kind of exactly what you thought it was going to be. Kind of made short work of him. He hit him with like the running knee, and they should have they already were saying on commentary that he probably should have stopped the match after that. But then he stomped the shit out of his face, did the thing where he holds onto his arms and just stomps his face, which that happened last week on Dynamite. He was wrestling Colt Cabana. He actually knocked his tooth out doing that move to him because I guess he directly just kicked him square in the face unintentionally, and like out came a tooth. So that was kind of cool. He mentioned that in a post-match promo, so it's relevant to tonight's show, but he ended up winning that match. Obviously, Danielson beat Angels.
All right. Now, when Brian did that last week, he didn't yell to Colt Cabana, CM Punk doesn't know you shit.
This is from Phil. Bam.
Punk don't know you shit.
I think Brian and the Colt Cabana are friends because they were not together, but they fought in the ROH, right? Smart.
They did, yeah. They put over on commentary that they even had this Wrestling Road Diaries, I think is what it was called. They filmed a documentary together of them just their excursions on the Indies. It was like coming right off of when Danielson got fired for the old tie incident.
Ah, old Justin Roberts being choked with a tie.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember. All right, keep going, man.
All right, so you had that. You had CM Punk versus Lee Moriarty. This was actually pretty good match. They're kind of putting over. It was a rotating commentary team because you didn't have JR this week, obviously, as you mentioned. So MJF was on commentary for this one. He was basically just making a note of how, CM Punk's supposed to be great, but it's taking him all this time to defeat, QT Marshall last week and now Lee Moriarty this week. So it's just the whole idea of just him putting over like Punk being old and not being able to get the job done like he normally can. It was a really solid match. Punk ended up winning, of course. After that, and I will show you, I have the photo of it somewhere here, but I'll post it in Mixler when I get the opportunity. MJF was taking full advantage. He's celebrating Hanukkah in a real right way. I want you to see the suit that he has on. It is just phenomenal. I will get to that in just a moment. But they're cutting a promo. MJF interrupts Punk after the match. It says basically that the only thing that he's the best in the world at these days is trying to get into Britt Baker's pants, which got a big pop. And then he said, what's the matter? You're looking at me unamused, which is the exact same way that Britt Baker would be looking at you if you actually did get her into the bedroom, which got another pop. And so this kept going on. He was basically almost doing like a fucking Sunny Days speech. Wow. But that was pretty interesting. So they go back and forth. I can't really tell you what was said, and for good reason. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but the censors were just like 80% of the promo was edited out. There was just a long gap of silence. When Punk would say something and when the MJF would say something. So I don't know what exactly it was that they were saying to each other, but it was deemed unfit for television. I'm sure someone has a cam video. We'll see. Yeah. So there's that. That was pretty cool. I'm trying to find it here because I want you to see this suit was something else, but it was a phenomenal suit. Nice. And I think they mentioned that they're going to do that. They announced during this too that they're doing the Dynamite Battle Royal for the Dynamite Diamond Ring. They're going to be doing that next week. Okay. And it's going to be the two finalists are going to the two finalists are going to be decided this next week, and then they're going to have the big winners coming. They're going to have the winner for the actual ring itself, so it's going to be the finalist of the Battle Royal there. Okay, nice.
Yeah, that's in Long Island, New York, where MJF is.
Long Island. You have to say it as one word. Long Island.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. He did put that over. Is that he's going to be returning to his hometown, and he's going to be getting a bigger reaction than Piper in Portland, or Brett in Canada, or even CM Punk in Chicago. And I did just go ahead and post the MJF suit thing. It is to be seen, to be believed, but it's
that's beautiful. Pretty fast. That is very, very Hanukkah. I do like that. That is awesome. You've got you see me, looks like is that challah bread? It looks like challah bread on there. You got the Jewish stars. You got a dreidel. I see a dreidel on there. That's pretty cool. I like it. I need to find that. I bet I can probably find some pajamas like that, I bet.
Yeah. Because it's a suit and he has a pair of pants, and the pants are the exact same pattern.
I see.
So it almost looks like pajamas in a sense.
Coordinated. He's coordinated.
Is MJF, is he Jewish?
Yes. Feinstein, real last name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know that's Rob Feinstein's cousin, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Real Feinstein is very Jewish, even though he thinks he's Italian. It's okay.
Which, luckily, he hasn't kept any of the family traits. He seems to be interested in girls who are, of age. So God bless him for that.
Let's just keep going from there.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, he had Wardlow. He wrestled a jobber. I forget his name. Not really terribly important. It was a squash match.
Okay.
And then that's pretty much where we picked up at. Because from there, you had Darby Allin, Sting, and the Gun Club.
All right. Like I said, I did see the end of that. I'll tell you really what I saw, because like I said, I still had shit to do when I got home today, because I didn't get home till late. So I still had to get ready for the show. I didn't get to do it at work because we were busy today. So I saw Leo Rush come out after Taz was doing his little math for us, his Steiner math. Leo Rush came out and looked like he was like a deer lost in the headlights trying to cut a promo tonight. Was it me?
As somebody who has stuck up for Leo Rush a couple of times in the show, I cannot defend that promo at all. That promo, or at least his end of that promo, fucking sucked. Oh. He looked completely lost. Like it was just a situation where he basically just kind of kept like repeating himself and just like didn't really know what the words that he was looking for were. And it wasn't good.
Well, every time he was looking for a word, he would go, "I'm a fighter," and I'm a fighter. And then he went silent for, I would say, almost 6-7 seconds.
Yeah, it was not great. It was like almost a little bit like that, the fucking promo that Michael McGillicuddy cut, where it's like, from now on, from this day forward, from here on, this is the Genesis beginning now of Michael. It was just like, oh God, poor guy. Live television, it's hard sometimes.
Right. Yeah, I guess so. And then when I finally got sat down again, I saw Cody. I saw his entrance with Arn, and the only thing I noticed about Cody is he was bleeding and his back was disgustingly peeling.
Oh, yes. So did you see what caused that?
The bleeding? No.
So they had a back and forth. It was like kind of the end spot of the match. A mysterious figure showed up, and they were cloaked. You couldn't see their arms or legs, their head, nothing. They were wearing like a ski mask. The ski mask comes off, and much to the delight of everyone, I'm sure, it's Brandy Rose. She has lighter fluid. They light up a table. Cody gives Andrade a crossroads through a burning table, which means that Cody took pretty much the entire bump himself. Yeah. He starts pinning him. His gear is still on fire. His back is like pieces of his arm and back are also on fire. So basically, he burned the ever-loving shit out of himself, seemingly, to finishing up the match, getting the pin, getting the win. And he's still going to get booed next week.
Well, the good thing is this is what they're trying to do with him now. And you're right, he did take that whole bump, but Andrade still did just fine selling it. And I did notice but the peeling I noticed before that spot, by the way, he probably just, singed off the peeling right there, which is probably not a bad idea. Just kind of, singe it off a little bit. It goes away. Not a bad idea. But I did see the flaming table spot, and it was, I didn't even think about that, but you're right. This is something he's just begging these people to like me, please. I'll do anything. Yeah, and I did know and Brandy with her amazing lighter work.
Which I will say, this is like her reveal was a little bit better than the one that they did in GCW. The one they did in GCW made me laugh because we talked about it before. But it was somebody wearing like jeans and a biker jacket, so you couldn't see their arms, and a helmet, but they just had a giant pair of tits, and they were helping out Matt Cardona. And I was like, well, it's very obvious what this is.
Yeah, it kind of happened. Yeah, sometimes you just know. But yeah, I did. The funny thing was, my younger son had just got home when this part came on, and she's lighting the table, and we literally had just done Hanukkah and lit the menorah and stuff, and my son goes, "Daddy, you just used that same lighter to light the candles." I was like, "You're right. You're a very observant child."
Do not go putting somebody through a flaming table.
Oh, and by the way, very smart to use the electronic lighter. That way, if you're sweating, it'll still turn on.
I would always use those. Like back in the day when I used to smoke, I would actually use those instead of regular lighters because I could never fucking get them to work properly without burning myself.
Got a Bic Electric right here. with a. I don't know why my wife bought me this one, but it's got like a pipe lighter.
Yeah. I would always use those torches that they use to like light the like tiki torches and whatnot.
Ah, there you go.
Those little plastic ones, you press the button, like it's got a long barrel and comes out at that end, so that way you're not actually in risk of burning yourself.
I'd find a way to do it.
This is true.
But yeah, I mean, I guess that was AEW right there. I mean, I didn't get to see much, and I apologize for that. I know I'm supposed to be watching wrestling and talking about it, but just I couldn't tonight. My son's tournament was actually only 15 minutes from my job, which is an hour drive. So
yeah,
I still had to drive an hour home.
Myself, but...
Yeah, yeah. I fucking hate the drive. Tired of it already.
I mean, it is what it is with this one, though, because, like, they're gearing up towards the Winter is Coming show, which is going to be 2 weeks from now. They announced that that's when they're doing Danielson versus Hangman Page, too. They also announced that on the show, I forgot to mention. So right now, the Thanksgiving show, obviously, you weren't going to get a lot of ratings there, so they kind of went a little bit light on that show. They went kind of light on this show. They're ramping up for the next, 2 weeks.
Okay.
They're trying to make the Long Island show special, and they're trying to make the Winter is Coming special. So it's a little bit of a down week in some regards. Like I said, like the CM Punk Lee Moriarty match was good. They had Ruby Soho versus Chris Stanlander was pretty good, too. And then the main event was solid. But it was not necessarily like a show that you had to tune in to watch. It was just kind of one of those which is like, it's another week. He didn't say why, but like Dirk in the chat room was saying he was not super great at, like super big on it.
Right. All right. Well, then I guess we can wrap
up. A decent show for what it was.
Decent show. All right. Decent show ain't bad. I probably won't go back and watch it though.
I'd say the cool part though is that at the end of last week, Malachi Black ended up spitting the toxic mist into Pac's eye.
Oh.
And they went to him this week because apparently he's going to be filling in for Phoenix because Phoenix got injured.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to be having FTR versus Pac and Pentagon on Friday. But the cool part was that he was still wearing the eye patch.
Ah, yes.
So you got eye patch Pac on the show. That was pretty cool.
Eye patch Pac. Eye patch Pac. I think you might have just named the show, sir.
It's pretty cool though, because like Tony Schiavone was like, "Can you even wrestle?" And he was like, "Am I an invalid, Tony?" He's like, "I guess not." So it was pretty cool. It was. I like this combination because like.
Didn't John Moxley? I mean, John Moxley wrestled with that thing on for weeks. What is he talking about?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're forgetting the continuity there.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I mean that's pretty much it. I got a kick out of Pac rocking the eye patch, selling the injury. Like, it's cool that they did that.
Yeah, they try to be consistent, but they weren't there. They forgot John Moxley wrestled in one of those for a very long time. So, not very long.
Actually, I'll just go ahead and say it. Pentagon cut his promo in Spanish, and he still spoke better English than Pac did. Which he didn't speak any English, but it was still just better than like Pac's got that thick ass fucking Welsh accent. Oh my god.
Yeah, and you know what? I will say that what's that guy's name? Alex Abrahantes. He is an entertaining son of a bitch, and he's got so much fucking energy, man.
It's wild because I don't know if you know this, but his day job, I guess, for lack of a better word, is like he presents products on QVC.
Right.
So like he's not a QVC host, but he like presents like because they were doing laptops. They were selling laptops over Black Friday weekend. So he was like from the Friday to Sunday, he was all over fucking QVC.
Wow. Yeah.
So it was just weird to see him out there just hawking laptops.
Wow. We had talked about that before. That guy's a fucking workhorse. I told you, he got a shitload of energy. Must fucking drink Red Bull or something.
It's wild, but it makes perfect sense, I guess, because I mean his job is to sell shit, so of course he would make a good manager.
Well, yeah, that's what you're doing. You're selling your match, you're selling your guys, you're selling everything, you're selling the company. It's all right there, man. All right, let's wrap this bitch up. I got to eat, scarf down some food, get my butt to bed and get my kids back in this room so they can get some sleep too. So let's go ahead and knock out these plugs. Eric, one more time, knock it out and wrap it up.
Everything Unscripted Podcast on blogtalkradio.com/Everything Unscripted Podcast. Friday night, this Friday, we'll be doing Tuesday in Texas, and then Saturday on Unlimited Podcast, we'll be doing cartoon Settle in the Ring. It'll be Looney Tunes. Somebody will be debating Looney Tunes. Another one will be debating Ninja Turtles, and another one will be debating Scooby-Doo, and then Sunday for Scaredy Cats, Mindy and Daniel, and then tomorrow night, me and Clint will be doing NFL Hard Hit show for Thursday night kickoff between the Cowboys and Saints.
Nice little Scooby-Doo. I do it much better standing up for some reason. But anyway, all right. That brings us to, of course, the high marks. That's right. You got Cheeseman, you've got Mojo, and G-Wiz. They are over there. Mixler.com/Metal Mitt Network. That's right, 2 T's and Mitt. Don't forget the second T. And they are Sundays, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And, of course, Bobby Anthem, Bobby Blades, The Inhuman Experience. Definitely go over and check out those guys anywhere you find good podcasts. And, of course, Steve Milan sharing the show. Definitely go over there. Check him out. He is reviewing films. Letterboxd.com/Stephen Milan, 2 L's in Milan. And I will be back here, 9:30 p.m., Saturday night. Got a few things in mind. Like I said, going to see what Smark's doing. And that's it. Smark?
You got it. Well, where I will be for sure, Mondays, 8:30. Mondays, 8:30 p.m. First time, every time. Audio Pro. Cheese on Sports on the Metal Mitt Podcast Network. On the Mixler machine, it is Cheese, it is G-Wiz, Luke Birch, and myself. We're talking NBA, NFL, UHC, UFC. This promo sucks. Anyway, Sundays, 2:30 p.m. The Mo Dirk City Machine Guns with Mojo and with Dirk. I could plug other people's shit too, apparently. And also, last but never least, check out our friends at Planet Raconteur. It's the Planet Raconteur podcast with Bobby F, the Papa Dave Sincere, and Young Nasty. All 16 episodes of season 1 are available for you, as well as season 2, which is underway. So be sure to subscribe so you get the latest and the greatest.
All right. There you go. Gentlemen, was fun. Glad we're back here. Glad everyone had a good, safe Thanksgiving. And there you go. I guess on that note, see you.
See you next week.
Party's over. Band last song. Can't stay here.